housekeeping. If you're on the speaker list, please make sure you check in with Carrie Shavat over here in the turquoise. Thanks for wearing your turquoise today too, Carrie. We appreciate that.
Better than the drag you want to be in.
That's true. Gosh, guys, it's been a great week. We've had so much going on in Montclair, haven't we? Who's been to Pride events this week? It's been great. Thank you for joining us for the first ever Montclair Pride Rally. And I've got something to say. Can you read my shirt?
Don't say the sentence! Don't say the sentence!
Exactly. So I want to start off talking about just the duality that I experienced just today. So today my job was managing social media because Marie is managing the festival tomorrow and Andy's currently managing our story time in the park. And I had to manage our social media accounts all day today, a little bit last night and yesterday. And I've had to delete some of the most heinous things you could possibly imagine. It's like all of the bullying that I've ever experienced in my life all at once on Facebook and on Instagram. I literally have spent hours deleting incredibly hateful, in some cases threatening, horrific messages directed at our community. So if anybody was curious why we rally and why we have pride, that is why. And to talk about the duality for me today was that I was also invited to lead a pride parade at Nishawayne Elementary School. And so I go from deleting these awful, hateful messages directed at us to going to one of our public schools, to an elementary school in 2023 America, and leading a pride parade of joyous kids around 2 floors of that school building. And I thought to myself, my gosh, how beautiful, how perfect. And I don't know why the universe thought I needed to internalize all of these different things today, but it really showed me and gave me hope that there is so much that we can feel good about in our young people. They are, particularly in places like Montclair, we're raising them right. We're raising them to be strong, confident individuals who believe in themselves and feel comfortable in their own skin. You know, we have been watching, I think with horror for most of us, you saw what came through this week in terms of all the smoke showing us the realities of climate change. Every day you open CNN and you see another shooting, another mass shooting in America, and it got me thinking about how much time we spend on fake crises. This is a fake crisis. We have people across America targeting our community for no other reason than they're trying to score political points, trying to win elections by scaring people, by threatening us, by making people feel like we're the threat, that trans people playing sports are a threat, that our stories in libraries are a threat, that our stories in curriculum are a threat. That's the battle we're fighting when we have smoke coming in and choking us in our own communities, when we have kids getting shot in schools, dying on our streets. That's the battle we're fighting, a fake debt ceiling battle over nothing other than Republicans wanting to gut funding for social programs. And they know they're doing it. They are targeting our community intentionally to win elections. Can we be clear about that? They know what they're doing. And as somebody who spent a lot of time volunteering and raising money for the Trevor Project, I know that every time they do that, every time one of these 75 laws gets enacted in a state across the country, the calls, the social media, the outreach to the Trevor Project goes up, because young people feel threatened. They don't feel safe in our country because some of our elected officials are willing to use them to gain for themselves. That's what we're fighting against. That's what we're pushing back. We're pushing back against bullying. We're pushing back against suicide. We're pushing back against murder. And we're not alone. They're trying to erase curriculum for African American history in America. They're trying to erase the Holocaust. It is disturbing. We must stick together. Every diverse group must stick together and stand up against this, because I truly believe that some of the people pushing this agenda want nothing less than a religious theocracy. a Christian religious theocracy that rules America. That's what they want. We must be careful. We have to keep our eyes open. Tomorrow's a really special day. We have, I think, are going to just have one of the most incredible events you've ever experienced. Some of us experience a lot growing up, have struggled, have suffered quite a lot. Discrimination, bullying, being beaten, all sorts of horrific things. And we have fought for the right to just be ourselves out in public, out in the open. And that's what tomorrow's about. Tonight's the rally, and I'm so glad all of our elected officials are here at all levels of government, and I'm so excited to welcome you all up in a moment. And all of our friends from different organizations are here as well. But tomorrow I want to make sure you all know to go, to show up at Montclair Pride, and to take it all in, and to enjoy, and to see all of the organizations and the businesses who are there to support us and enjoy it. And a quick housekeeping thing, after this is over, join us at Pharmacy Bar, because we're going to have some drinks there as well. So we got to keep the fun going. I'd like to welcome up now Reverend Ann and Rabbi Julie.
This is a beautiful sight. This is a beautiful sight. I'm Reverend Ann Roloski. I'm one of the ministers at First Congregational Church in Montclair around the corner. If you don't know who we are, we're the big scary stone church with a ginormous rainbow flag on it. We've had that flag on our building for 20 years. We became an open and affirming congregation in 2004. And since that time, we've welcomed folks and families of all identities, and at this point, our congregation is almost half LGBTQ plus folks and families. In 2013, we were honored to perform the first same-gender marriage in the state at 12 midnight on October 24th, and we've performed countless ceremonies since then. So we are proud to stand with our entire rainbow community as we celebrate Pride today.
Hi everyone, I'm Rabbi Julie Roth. I'm the new rabbi at Shomrei Emunah, the first female rabbi in our 118-year history. We are a traditional egalitarian synagogue right on Park Street, and we welcome and include LGBTQIA individuals and families in all of our rituals in the synagogue, outside the synagogue, and in our community. We offer this blessing to all whose faith has not been a safe place or who has been a source of pain.
We offer this prayer for all whose faith communities embrace them fully with doors wide open.
We offer these hopes for all who place their faith in the goodness of humanity and the arc of the universe that bends towards justice.
May we live in a world where every person is recognized as being created in the image of divine love.
May we build a world where every LGBTQ plus child can grow into their full personhood.
May we thrive in a world where trans people are given dignity and access to the health care they need.
May we create a world where families of all identities feel secure and celebrated. By standing together, we fortify our commitment to work towards justice for all LGBTQ plus people in our communities. By standing together, we pour out love from our hearts and magnify God's extravagant love and embrace for all our family, neighbors, and friends across the rainbow. Ken Yehi Ratzon.
May it be so.
And let us say, Amen.
Now I want to bring up a tremendous ally for our community, Attorney General Matt Platkin. And I just want everybody to realize something, because it's not, I don't think it's necessarily clear that when we elect a governor, we also elect an attorney general, because in New Jersey, the attorney general is appointed by the governor. So we need to remember how much is at stake when we have gubernatorial elections in this state, because I cannot imagine a better ally than Matt Platkin as our attorney general, putting the full force of law enforcement behind our backs, backing us up, making sure that we are safe. Mr. Attorney General, please come up. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter, both for that introduction and for what you've built here. This is an amazing organization, and I've been looking forward to this weekend all year. I think what we saw last year was incredible. Full disclosure, I live in town, so this is the most convenient event that I'll have all month. But really, I was looking forward to it because I think what we saw last year and what I'm sure and what we're seeing tonight and what we'll see tomorrow is such a beautiful reflection, not just of the Montclair community, which is, I think, a special place, but also of the great diversity of our state. And I think for so many of us, that's what attracts us to New Jersey. That's what makes New Jersey a really special place to live. We are among, if not the most diverse states in the country, and I believe we are the state that stands up for people who most need it. And that's really my job in so many ways. I have the great privilege, thanks, as Peter said, to Governor Murphy, to be the chief law enforcement officer of the state. So yes, that means keeping us safe from violence, and as we know, we have a gun violence epidemic in this state and in this country, and make no mistake about it, there are serious fights on that front here at home. We are currently in court fighting about things that I never thought we'd be talking about in New Jersey. Guns in schools, guns in parks, guns in playgrounds, guns in your house without asking for your permission. And I know Assemblyman McKeon's here has just been an amazing ally on these efforts, but that's a serious fight, and we don't have to look back too far in this country to remember awful incidents of gun violence targeting the LGBTQ plus community. But we also know that for folks to be safe, they have to be comfortable to live and work and pray and love and just be who they are in their community without fear of being targeted because of that identity. And as Peter said so eloquently, unfortunately, too many people today feel comfort and have license to target those in the LGBTQ plus community simply because of how they express their identity or who they love. And that's unacceptable. And you should know that's not just my opinion. The law of New Jersey says that's unacceptable. We have the oldest and strongest civil rights law in the country, the law against discrimination, and it protects people from discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation or gender identity or expression. And we should be proud to live in a state where we say that that is unacceptable, that is unlawful. So when a school board passes a policy that says our educators have to inform parents at any site or in their determination of someone expressing their gender identity or expressing their sexual orientation, discriminating against them on those bases, which we know violates our law, I felt very strongly that we had to step in. And I want you to know that we will continue to do that every time we see it. We know that this is not an outlier, unfortunately. We know that this great community continues to be targeted baselessly, a community that, in my experience, expresses one thing, which is love and inclusivity. And yet, too often, it's been the target of people who would like to take advantage for their own personal gain. So here in New Jersey, at least, I assure you, we will do everything we can. And if you see anything, or if your friends or loved ones see anything that makes them uncomfortable, tell us. Tell the great police department that we have here, tell the police departments we have throughout the state, tell our Division on Civil Rights, and our director is here, Sandeep Iyer. Tell us, because I assure you, and I hope you've seen by now, we will take action to protect you. And I'll close with this. You know, I love these events because they bring everyone together, but we all know that symbols matter. And the pride flag, I think, is just the most beautiful symbol of the diversity of this state and of this country, and the inclusivity that I think so many of us believe we stand for. And you think about that flag, it was designed by an Army medic, himself a veteran, and it's a flag that I am very proud to have raised over the Justice Complex just a few days ago. Only the third time that we've done that in our state's history. The 2 times that I've been AG and 1 time before that. And we do that not just because, again, it's the right thing to do, though it is. It sends a symbol, and symbols matter to everyone in the state, that the building that literally and figuratively houses our justice system stands with those who would be targeted on the basis of simply because of their sexual orientation or their gender identity. And so when you see states where they're targeting people and criminalizing you for saying the word gay, I hope you can be proud that we live in a state that is raising that flag over our law enforcement agencies and telling everyone that you are safe here at home. So thank you all, God bless you, and I can't wait for the rest of the weekend.
And now I'd like to introduce Commissioner Sean LaTourette, who has, we know, not been at all busy this week as our environmental commissioner. Just a small problem with air quality in New Jersey, courtesy of Canada. The commissioner is an incredible friend to Montclair, one of the out cabinet members in the Murphy administration, I believe one of the first in our history, and has been obviously dealing with not only the air crisis, the air quality crisis this week, but is on the front lines of so many of the issues that I know this community also cares about in terms of environmental protection, environmental justice, and we nerd out about stormwater all the time too, which I know you love. Please welcome, come on up and say a few words, Commissioner LaTourette.
Well, hello, Montclair. And happy Pride to everyone. Peter, thank you for all that you do for this community and communities across the state of New Jersey. To our fine Attorney General, thank you for always having our backs in this community and for everyone in the state that you help keep safe. You know, this Pride is an especially poignant one to me. It marks 10 years since my coming out and my first Pride as an out gay man. I came out later in life, as they say. And I'll never forget both the terror and the great relief of that moment, right? Being able to be comfortable enough in our own skin that we offer something about ourselves to others. That takes a lot of courage, and I applaud everyone here today and that will be gathered all this weekend and throughout this month to demonstrate that courage. But at the same time, I felt that relief of coming out. It's also when I realized that the coming out never really ends. Because for every LGBTQ plus person, every door we walk through, whether it's the conference room door or the schoolroom door or, God willing, our Senate chamber in the state of New Jersey one day, every door can feel like that closet door, and you don't know whether you're going to find acceptance and inclusion on the other side. So every one of those steps, it takes the courage you all will show here today and throughout this weekend. And I'm grateful that you bring that courage into these communities, that you sow community and hope, because it's all too easy, especially today, especially in this moment in our politics in this country, that there is so much divisiveness. To bring that courage to sow community, it means so much. So I'll leave you with this. Let us not just stand here at this Pride and the next. Let us not just stand here in these important moments together. Let us not just stand together, but instead let us stand with and for one another, always. Because the truth of the matter is, all of our differences aside, in the end, whenever, wherever, however it comes, there is no difference. There is no divergence of ideology or faith. There is no politics. There is only us, and there is only how we stand with and for one another. Because the truth is, like anything else that matters, we only do this together. So thank you all. Thank you, Peter. and happy Pride. You're so cute.
I was going to make an inappropriate comment, but I'll skip that. So thank you to our two of our state officials for coming. I really appreciate you both being here. Next, I want to call up a true friend to our community, a personal friend, and a true friend and son of Montclair. Commissioner Brendan Gill, Essex County Commissioner, is one of the best allies we could have ever asked for. And I talk a lot about different levels of government being aligned in terms of values and the power that we have to work together when you have that happening. And when I think of the county, I think of Joe D. I think of Commissioner Palmaris, who's here. I think of all of our county commissioners, and I think of Commissioner Brendan Gill. It is a powerful thing to have your local government, your county government, your state government, and sometimes the federal government in alignment in terms of values. And the commissioner represents that from a county perspective and a larger picture perspective as well. So thank you for being here.
Thank you, Peter. Let's give it up for Peter one more time for all the work that he has done. Not only throughout Montclair, but in your role as representing us on our township council and just in civic life in general. I'm honored, Peter, that you would call me a friend. You know the feeling is mutual, and thank you every day for what you do on behalf of our community. To your members of your colleagues who are here, I see Councilman Russo, Councilwoman Schlager, Councilwoman Lori Price Abrams. Also thank you for standing here today and always being here throughout your time in government. Thank you for allowing me to have to follow the DEP Commissioner and the Attorney General of the state of New Jersey. Also want to give special shout out. She's not able to be here, but recently we had a very exciting day on Tuesday in the Gill household. Her running mate and our current Assemblyman, John McKeon, is here. I know you're going to be hearing from him in a little bit. And he's going to be serving, hopefully, if all goes well, in November with my wife, Alex and Caliasos Gill. So we're excited about that. We're excited about that, and she sends her regards, Peter, as well. So it's really my pleasure to be here in celebration of Pride Month as we reaffirm our commitment to the LGBTQ community. So on behalf of the Essex County Board of County Commissioners, and he was mentioned, and I know you're going to hear from him in just a little bit, but also my brother in arms, Commissioner Carlos Palmaris, is with us. On our leadership in county government, I want to offer greetings and wish everyone a happy Pride Month. I want to express how honored I am to be here with you all today for this event. As your county commissioner, it's one of my duties to represent all members of our community. And today we come together to raise the rainbow flag as a symbol of our inclusivity and acceptance. This flag represents the diversity of our community and the importance of recognizing and valuing everyone's own uniqueness. I believe it is important for our local government to promote equality and human rights for all members of our community. By coming together, we can celebrate and support the LGBTQ+ community, and we can create a more harmonious and united society. We must continue to work towards a world where everyone feels safe, supported, and valued. A world where individuals can be their authentic selves without fear of discrimination or prejudice. So I particularly want to thank Out Montclair and all of the organizers for their hard work and dedication in making both this Pride Rally and event weekend a reality. Your efforts in promoting inclusivity and acceptance are truly inspiring, and with so many great activities, and there are a lot of activities, Peter, planned, we are assured to have a great time. So as the flag waves, we recognize there are still strides to attain, goals to achieve, and battles to win. But events like this one help to spread the good news, the awareness, and most of all, the pride our community has to share. So let's continue to come together as a community to promote equality and acceptance for all individuals. Happy Pride Month, happy Montclair Pride Weekend. I do want to say not only are words important, but so are actions. And I'm proud to say that the County of Essex, and I believe he is here with us today. Is Reggie out there? Reggie Bledsoe? Reggie, raise your hand. Reggie is the director, and I believe we're the only county, maybe, well, I'm going to say it for today. Somebody can fact check me on that. Facts matter, right? We have an office of LGBTQ plus public affairs. One of the few, if not maybe the only county to have that office in our county government. And that office is dedicated to making sure that the community is represented in all the decisions that the County of Essex makes. So whether we're talking about contracting, our county school system, our county college, whatever touches the County of Essex and the County of Essex government, we have an office dedicated to make sure that the community is heard. Not just words, but action. And that's what we need. Yeah, we can give a round of applause for that. That's all right. So I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to be called an ally. God bless each and every one of you, and let's have a great flag raising and weekend of events. God bless.
Thank you, Brendan. Carlos, why don't you come up? Another great ally in Essex County Commissioners, Commissioner Carlos Pomares, is here with us today. I want to thank you for being here. It looks like you brought a special guest.
I brought my chief of staff, Felicita Pomares, everybody. Give her a round of applause. In her busy schedule, she finds time to just be elected vice president of the Ally Club in her high school. That deserves a round of applause as well. She's only 15, but I think in about 6 years, she'll be replacing me on the Essex County Board of Commissioners, where I serve as vice president. But thank you all for having us here today. A couple of tough acts to follow. My colleagues from Essex County, the state representatives, the AG, this is kind of hard, but I did want to ask one question. Is there enough love here today? I don't hear you. Is there love here today? Who thinks we need a little bit more of this in the United States right about now? I agree 100%. And I'm here to tell you that I stand with you as an ally, not just now, but for tomorrow and the day after, for as long as I am here. I want to share very briefly a story. So I'm a whopping 52 years old. I know you're surprised because I look 40, and that's okay. I'm proud of my age. I grew up in Union City, so I'm a transplant by way of Hudson County. But I did grow up above the Nightlight Bar, which was a gay bar in the 1970s and 80s. And the owner of the bar were two women who had a son named George, who was my best friend growing up. George and I would do everything together. And they took me to see Evel Knievel movies, a whole bunch of stuff. They had motorcycles, they had cool cars, all the kind of things that I liked. I thought they were the coolest people. So I could never understand why, at times, other kids would make fun of me for hanging out with George. It just didn't resonate. And I'm 52. And I still can't figure out why people made fun of me. Didn't make any damn sense to me then. It still doesn't make any damn sense to me now. And these events are important. Actions do matter. Symbols do matter. Our unity here today matters. And by way of another example, who regrettably isn't here today, is my brother-in-law, Alex, who was gay and really suffered at the hands of bullies throughout his high school years and beyond. And if he were here today, I know he'd be proud of us because we've come a long way in the few years that he's been gone. But we haven't come far enough, have we? We still have a long way to go, don't we? In the same way that I could never understand why people made fun of my mother for being Hispanic, I can't understand why people make fun of people for their life choices. So I wanted to be here today with my daughter to show you that as your vice president of the county commission board, as a father, that I am here to stand with you as an ally. And I think my daughter and I want to say something together here. What do we want to say to? Ready? At the count of three? 1, 2, 3. The Pomares family stands with you now and forever. Thank you very much, everyone.
Next, I want to call up another good friend, Assemblyman John McKeon. I've gotten to know John over the last year and a half or so, and have done a lot of research on him because I ended up endorsing him for the campaign last week. And I have to tell you, if there is an environmental accomplishment in this state, Assemblyman McKeon is responsible for it, leading the fight in this state for 20 years on environmental issues. So proud to have you, hopefully, if all things go well in November, representing Montclair going forward. Assemblyman McKeon.
Thank you. Hello, Montclair, and happy Pride to everybody. You know, there's so many esteemed speakers that came before me. I just want to, in general, say how lucky I am, how lucky we are to share the moral compass of individuals like the Attorney General, like Bob, like Commissioner Brendan, like Commissioner LaFontaine. You're amazing, all of you. And each and every representative of the Montclair governing body. I see people from Blue Wave smiling. I'm just so thrilled, if it goes right in November, to have the privilege of representing this great community, and I thank you for that. I just want to share with you something that happened to me just a couple days ago at St. Barnabas Hospital. We gathered for a flag raising to celebrate Pride. And there were several hundred of these amazing healers that came out. Doctors, nurses, technicians, folks that work behind the scenes in the tech areas. They all came out and had the regalia on, the sun was shining, and all of a sudden, somebody ran by and screamed an epitaph at all of us. And while I had prepared remarks to say, thinking about how far we've come, it made it so clear to me how far we still have to go. If that person was put himself in a position where he needed any kind of life-saving emergent measures, do you think he would have used that epitaph on any of those persons? If he was capable of loving another, do you think he wouldn't have asked that they be cared for because of who these people were and what their preferences might have been? We've got a long way to go. But together, we're going to get there. Happy Pride and God bless you.
Mayor Mike of Bloomfield had reached out he was going to be here, but he reached out to say he unfortunately couldn't make it. But I know we have two of the council members from Bloomfield here tonight, so I'd like to welcome up, exactly, Councilwoman Mundell and Councilman Rich Rockwell.
Short. Excuse me how I adjust this. I'm a little shorter than everyone else up here. Here, thank you. Yeah, Bloomfield. That's right, Bloomfield. Good evening and happy Pride all. Thank you so much, Peter and Carrie, for inviting us tonight. As mentioned, I'm Councilwoman Jenny Mundell, and I traveled all the way up from Bloomfield Avenue to join you all here tonight, along with my colleague, Councilman Rich Rockwell, on behalf of Mayor Michael Venezia and the entire Bloomfield Town Council, and personally, as a proud ally and proud sister, to express our unwavering support for the LGBTQIA community. Can we have a round of applause, please? Thank you. Councilman, would you like to say a few words?
I'm Rich Rockwell. I'm a councilman in Bloomfield. I'm one of two openly gay council people in Bloomfield, and I've been on the council since 2018. And I have been involved in the LGBTQ rights movement and going to Pride events for about 50 years. I was very impressed with Harvey Milk. He was really an inspiration for me to run for office. That's one of the reasons I did it. And you may be aware of the Victory Institute. They keep track of how many elected out officials there are. So I just checked the statistics. There are 1,170 out elected officials around the country. So happy Pride.
Bloomfield in the house. Love that. Now I'm bringing up one of my favorite human beings and the perfect person to end the official speaking program. We're going to then go into having so many of our supporters and allies come up and say a few words of support, representing so many of the organizations, so many different elected offices, so many incredible allies that we want you to hear from who are all here tonight. I want to first just quickly acknowledge, I don't know if he's still here, Councilman Bob Russo. There he is. There you are. Councilwoman Robin Schlager and Councilwoman Lori Price Abrams. For representing the Township of Montclair, I'm wearing multiple hats. The mayor couldn't be here. Councilman Cummings and Councilman Hurlock both called me to let me know that they were sorry they're out of town, they couldn't make it. But I wanted to highlight my colleagues here who are all just such incredible allies, and they'll all be getting a turn at the microphone shortly. But first I'm going to bring up the perfect person to get this place on fire. Mayor Dean Daffus of Maplewood, the other gay guy from the other M town.
We're dancing. How's it going, Montclair? Are we proud? Are we ready for Pride? Listen, we're going to do a little call and response because this is a rally after all, right? So, I'm going to ask you, are you proud enough? And you're going to say, we are proud. You ready for that? All right, so here we go. Are you proud enough to fight against book bans? Let's do it again. It's okay. It's all right. We'll try it again. Are we proud enough to fight back against book bans? Are we proud enough to fight back against affirming healthcare bans? Are we proud to fight back against the elimination of inclusive curriculum? Are we proud enough to stand up and protect and be with our trans youth who are under attack? We are proud. And that is why we are doing this tonight and throughout the month, because it is a time to celebrate how far we have come and who we have become. Proud enough to do this, to stand here openly, visibly, to speak our truth. Yes, we are. But it is also a time to call to action. I stand before you as Essex County's only out gay mayor. That, when you look at the concentration of LGBTQ households in the great county of Essex, that statistic is terrible. And maybe next year Montclair will produce the next gay mayor. What do we think about that? I wonder who that might be. So listen. I stand before you as a survivor. Like so many of LGBTQ folks from my generation, I'm in my mid to late 50s. I was electrocuted when I was a kid. Over and over and over again, until I didn't know who I was anymore. That led to years of depression, clinical depression, and suicidal ideation. But that only made me stronger because our community has been beat up. Our community has tried to be converted. They are trying again to erase our humanity, but we are resilient. That's what pride is about. That's what we're proud of. And while we have a lot to be proud of, especially here in Montclair and in similar communities like Maplewood, let me tell you something. Even right here in our rainbow communities, the stuff that I experienced back in the day that I thought I left behind, it's back.
It's back. And you have to pay attention. Not just today, not just this month, but every single day. At our school board meetings, we have Moms for Liberty who show up and talk about freedom, which is really hate disguised as freedom. They talk about parental choice. They say, why shouldn't we as parents decide whether or not our kids read this or read that or know who they are? I could tell you something. If my parents had access to a book when I was in elementary school that would teach them and educate them about people like many of us, like me, they would not have put me through conversion therapy. But you know, that's okay, because we know what happened, so we know how to fight back when it's happening again. I have been, the past month alone, I have been to 6 or 7 school board meetings around the state where they are banning books, where they are going after our trans youth. They're closing restrooms and locker rooms. And they're bullying, as Peter said, our trans youth. I stood there and I spoke as I'm speaking to you now, and I was surrounded by so-called Christians who called me a groomer and pornographer as they were thumping the Bible in my face. And if you're not careful, it'll happen here too. If we do not pay attention, it'll happen in our communities. And why here in particular? Because we are so successful already. Because we are so out and proud and visible. So we are a target. But I'm not saying this to scare you folks. I'm saying this so that we could stand together every single day like we are here today. This is not just a performative action. This is literally an act of resistance that we're doing here today. And as we look to protect our trans youth and all of the members of our LGBTQI community, we have to do better. We have to do better, because you know who's not here right now? Our LGBTQ youth of color, Latino. They're not here. They're afraid to be here because we haven't done a good enough job, even as an LGBTQI community, to include them. So we have to do better, and we have to do it for our youth because they are the future. And they should never experience what I'm experiencing again in my late 50s from the 1970s. We will never go back, right? We are proud, right? All right, do me a favor. Trans lives matter. Trans rights are human rights. Trans lives matter. Trans rights are human rights. All right, so listen, I'm going to walk off here because I've overextended my welcome, I'm sure. But again, it is so important, folks. The flag is a pretty flag. It is a symbol of unity. It is a symbol of our diversity. But it really is, it means something. It is a symbol of our resistance, our civil rights struggle, which is intersectional. So stay engaged, stay united, and happy Pride.
Can always count on Dean to electrify a crowd. We love it. God bless you. Thank you for being here. Next, I'm going to bring up a dear friend, and I just want to read something real quick before I bring her up. This is a quick little note that a mom emailed me this morning. I wanted to share with you that my kid will be attending Saturday with their best friend, and it's their first Pride ever, and they're going as themselves. They told me today with a little bit of fear in their eyes, but a lot more courage and confidence, and then asked me for a ride and asked me if I ever attended Pride, and I said yes. I just want to let you know the radical act of courage that my child is performing to step in front of this issue and against all odds. We are grateful for Pride happening here and everywhere, in the closets, and everyone who cannot be safe to be who they are yet. We didn't ever know we would get there until a day like today. And one of the reasons we have an organization like this is because we've had progressive people in this community for an extremely long time, advocating, making this a welcoming and comforting place. And two of those individuals are Madeline Gale and Rubina Spence, who are members of our Civil Rights Commission. And we all came together a little over 2 years ago and said, let's start this thing, and we have started this thing. And so I want to bring up Rubina Spence, who's a co-chair of the board of directors, to join us and to say a few words on behalf of the organization.
Thank you, Peter. It's sometimes you prepare something to say, and you have to go with your heart, because this is my life. I lived this life for decades, and one of my dreams was to be able to be in a community where I was accepted. It took a long time to get here. That place is Montclair. Didn't know it was going to happen here, but it did. I feel so fortunate. I have been through a lot as a black, gay, lesbian. It's been tough. People don't know. But when you have an inkling of some community that might accept you, that's part of a dream. That was my dream that I never thought would come true. It was also my dream to be able to love someone, walk in the street with them, not be closeted anymore. Montclair made that happen for me. It was when I met Madeline, she said, can we hold hands? And I was like, I can't. I live in this place of South Jersey where I'm closeted. My career, I can't let people know I'm gay. I hid it from my family. Again, dreams come true. I am here. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. The people of Montclair are so special. I tell this story, and I try not to cry. I love it here. I don't think my life would even be close to what it is without being able to have the allies that we have. We have the community. I've never seen anything like it, a community that comes together, the businesses. You don't have to be gay or queer to support, but the love that I feel from people who just want people to be accepted is more than I could ever ask for. Now I'm going to thank you, Montclair. Thank you, Out Montclair. I want to shout out just for the people who work with Out Montclair. I've never seen a team of diversity that has come together. It's like a dream come true to see all walks of life, all colors of people. I want to see more colors of people in this community of LGBTQ and Out Montclair. We're working on it. We want you to feel comfortable and welcome. I understand what it's like to be black and try to come out. It's hard because of the history. If you ever get a chance, ask someone about it. It's hard to do that. So I want to be an example for those people. I want to be here for you. Come to me, talk to me. I know where you are. We have a second part of our dream for Out Montclair. I do. I hope everybody shares. I think they do. And that is that serving as Out Montclair as a strong community of people, that we can help other communities be as strong and as accepting as we are. An example of that is when we had our team put together a PR program that helped Glen Ridge with the book ban situation. We went in full force. I've never seen so many people pack a place that they overflowed. Standing room only, couldn't fit inside. That made me so proud. The other thing we did is that Madeline and I went to one of our shops and found out that one of the employees was going to be in the prom in Cedar Grove. It was way before it hit the paper, and she said, we're having problems. We alerted Peter and other people and said, hey, we got a problem in Cedar Grove. They don't want to do the prom because there was a kissing part in there. So we bought our tickets right away, and our team again publicized it, and they sold out. They had coverage. We will not allow people to be depressed. We will go wherever. And I think that everybody in our organization believes that wherever we know that people are being depressed, out Montclair will help you. We will be there. We are part of the community. We are part of everyone's community. And now with that, I'm out of breath a little bit and all excited. I'm going to say happy Pride tomorrow. I'll see everybody tomorrow, I hope. There'll be tons of people here, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. Tired, but excited. Thank you, everybody.
Now's my favorite part because you get to hear from a lot of people, allies who have statements of support to share one at a time.
Hi, my name is Willie, and I am a big supporter. And the reason why I am a supporter is because the love that you bring light and love. And this country now seems to be afraid of that. But don't stop. We need your love. We need your light. If you were not doing that so well, they would not be trying to stop you. Keep that light going. Show us love. These children need to see love. We're seeing so much hate now. Show us all the love you got. I receive it. I love it. I thank you for it.
Wow for Willie. My name is Marcia Marley, and I am president and founder, along with Carrie Chabet, of Blue Wave, New Jersey. And Blue Wave stands with the LGBTQ community. We stand with love for you. We stand with advocacy for you. We stand with organization, because you can't get anything done without organization for you. And we vote for candidates that support your rights. All right? And we ask you all that are here to join us. Why? Because together we can change the world. If we are opposed to each other, we'll never make it, and the other side wins. So stand with us. And stand with us on this election. Stand with us for their rights. And we will change New Jersey, the U.S., and the world. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Diane Lavender. I'm a resident of Montclair and a member of Temple Ner Tamid, a Reformed Jewish synagogue in Bloomfield. And on behalf of the synagogue, and I'd like to say how much of an ally we are of the LGBTQ plus community, and I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you.
Woo! My name is Lisa Korn, and I am here on behalf of my daughter, who grew up in this town, who is a proud queer woman. And I stand here as an ally and as a mother. And on behalf of all of you, I love you. I want you to have a world that is open, safe, and peaceful. And I will stand behind you forever. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jill Hirsch, and I work with Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill. She'll be here tomorrow to see everybody for a while during Pride. And I'm also a resident of Montclair. And as I was walking here from my house, I like to take the walk, I saw the stores starting to put their stuff out for Pride. And, you know, we work in an office. We hear a lot about Montclair in our office, and maybe it's not always awesome, but I just sent my crew pictures as I was going down of each store putting it down, and I said, Montclair wins. And Out Montclair has done an unbelievable, sorry, Peter, I thought you were over there, incredible job, really, of making sure that everybody here is loved and feels respected, not just today, but every day. And I'm an ally, the Congresswoman is an ally, everybody in our office is an ally, and in a world where everybody is trying to roll back in the government, we are here to fight that, and we will always stand up for you. So, see you tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Allison Silverstein. I'm the president of the Montclair Board of Education. This is my daughter, Emily Silverstein. We are proud supporters of the LGBTQ community, and I will always try to make our schools a place where everyone feels safe and welcome and loved just the way they are. Thank you.
I'm Brian Fleischer. I'm also with the
Brian,
Montclair
closer
Board
to the microphone.
I'm Brian Fleischer. I'm also with the Montclair Board of Education. And we support laws, policies, learning standards, curricula, and lesson plans that include, support, and protect LGBTQIA+ children.
I'm Catherine Weller-Deming. I'm also on our Montclair Board of Education. When I was growing up as a child here in Montclair with my freedom rings on, my queer friends were not safe. Well, Montclair, look at us now.
Hi, my name is Nella Gale, and I am Aunt Madeline Gale and Rubina L. Spence's nephew, and a huge supporter of Out Montclair. I just want to say LGBTQ plus rights are human rights. We are in the 21st century, not 1,300 years ago in the 8th century. We will not go backwards in life. We will go forwards in life.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dr. Renee Baskerville, a proud African-American queen. I stand in solidarity with my brothers and sisters and non-binary friends and family members against all things that are unjust, and I stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters and non-binary friends for things that are just, and to fight against discrimination and to fight against hate. The day that we are all seen as one and that we are all seen as human is the day that we will all be more free. I stand with you all, and power to the people.
Hi, my name is Ann Lapel. I'm the president of Montclair Gateway to Aging in Place. And we've proved that by being loud, we can make change. So please continue to be loud and take a lesson from history. There's all kinds of evil. There's the evil that's in your face, but there's also the evil that's banal. The banality of evil is something that we have to always fight against. Don't relax, be alert, and you will work. Get there. Sorry.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Avery Hyman. I use they, them pronouns. I am standing before you here today as the patient navigator for gender-affirming care as part of Planned Parenthood Metropolitan New Jersey. The great Audre Lorde once said, and this quote stands true as law, "Your silence will not protect you. We must continue to fight every single day. As gay people, as trans people, as allies, everywhere across the spectrum, we have to show up." Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Amy Winkleman. I'm a resident of Glen Ridge, and I want to thank Out Montclair for your help in helping us push back that ridiculous book banning. It was a glorious night in Glen Ridge. Thank you so much. I'm also a board member at Temple Near Tamid in Bloomfield, and yes, Bloomfield. And we also we stand with you and with the whole community in Montclair and the LGBTQ community. We support the right of every individual to decide who to love, how to live, and how to inhabit your own bodies. So we stand with you. Thank you so much for this event.
Hi, I'm Celeste Fiore, they, them pronouns. I am from Trans Affirming Alliance. You'll never guess what we do. We affirm trans people. So, yes, So, 3 things that you all can do as allies, trans people, in every single month, but particularly in Pride Month. When you are outside of Montclair and you see a place that is flying a rainbow flag or doing something affirming, go on their Facebook, go on their social media, be the voice that says, no, I support this. And that way, that gives them the ammunition to say, no, it's not just us. There are people out there in the community that want this. Number 2, make sure that you are saying hello and checking in with your trans friends, because not all of us are okay. And remember, there can be, number 3, celebrate trans joy this Pride, because we are an amazing community of people. So please, celebrate us, love us. Thank you.
My name is Bob Russo, former mayor who married Christian and Tim Vanover years ago on the bridge between Asbury Park and Cedar and Ocean Grove at their request. And I'm very proud of that in my life as a public official, marrying those 2 great men. Now, I'm not here as a fellow council member of Peter Iacobellis and my colleagues. I'm here to represent AFT New Jersey, which is the statewide teachers union of college faculty members, and the Montclair State Local 6025 union, of which I've been president for many years. And I'm also here to represent my great leader, Randy Weingarten from New York, who is our openly gay president of National AFT. She and her wife sent me a message to please send the regards from Randy Weingarten and AFT to this group to back out Montclair and back all of our work on Pride. So I'm here in those capacities. AFT New Jersey stands with you. I stand with you in Pride. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Marcia Almeida.
Marcia, speak in the mic.
Hi, my name is Marcia Almeida, and today I'm here because I am an LGBTQIA+ supporter. Our presence here this afternoon means that we care, that we love our friends, we love our family, and we love and support our Montclair. We cannot forget that the fight is still there. We still have to fight. So enjoy this weekend, enjoy tomorrow, but Monday we start the good fight for equality and the right to be you and who you are. Thank you.
Amen. Happy Pride, Montclair. Woo. I am Lori Price Abrams. I'm the 3rd Ward Council member here in Montclair. Very proud to join you tonight and to represent others in this town. And in that capacity, I have constituents who are every expression of their gender and sexuality and in all the richness of a human. And in another way, I'm here because I'm an ally, and I stand with each of you and each of us in our fullest expressions of ourselves. And I really just want to say how great it is to be in Montclair, and this is a wonderful organization, and the coming together that we'll experience tonight, tomorrow, and every day forward. Happy Pride.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you to Peter and Out Montclair for bringing this all together tonight. My name is Shannon Cuddle. I use they, them pronouns. I'm here wearing 2 different hats, one of which being the first transgender non-binary elected official in the state of New Jersey when I was elected to South Orange Maplewood Board of Ed in 2018. Where I also was the first trans person to also serve in the Essex County School Board Association as vice president. I wear many different hats, and I say those different titles because representation matters, visibility matters. It can save lives, it can change lives. And we need to be able to speak out and up for our trans, LGBTQ+, and BIPOC youth each and every day, not just here in the comfort of us coming together, both online and offline. We need to have an encouraged conversation with ourselves and each others to be able to talk to and uplift youth and student voices.
Our trans youth, our LGBTQ plus youth, our BIPOC youth need us now more than ever. Not just as Mayor Jaffis said across the country, but here in the state of New Jersey, across our rainbow sidewalks and communities. They need to see visibility. They need to see affirming adults speaking up and speaking out for them, not just during Pride Month, but 365 days a year. And that is why I'm also here representing the New Jersey Safe Schools Coalition, a coalition of agencies and organizations and members across the state of New Jersey that are working with groups like Out Montclair, Trans Affirming Alliance, and so many others to be able to give the tools and resources to support against book bans across the state of New Jersey, to be able to give caregivers, parents, and affirming adults the tools that they need to speak out and speak up, and more importantly, to help affirm and support and empower our student leaders. I have just one ask of you right now, and that is to turn to each other. Turn to each other right now and make a commitment to stand up for LGBTQ plus youth today and every day, because they need us now more than ever.
Thank you. My name is Robin Schlager, and I'm here as a human being, as a person who cares. I also happen to be a councilwoman in this town. I grew up in a very conservative town on the Queens, Long Island border of New York, and I saw firsthand growing up friends and neighbors who were not accepted, and it sits with me to this day. And I'm here to support not only the Pride organization here in our town, but as anything that I could do to support it going forward. And I am very proud to sit on the council, to sit next to Peter Iacobellis, who has put together this incredible weekend with the help of all of his committees and his team. And thank you.
Good evening. I'm Jessica Sporn. I'm here in several capacities, but I'll talk about two of them. I am the mom of a queer daughter, and I am very proud to say that she never came out because she was never in. And she grew up in a family where she was just encouraged to love who she loved, and I wish that for every youth everywhere. I'm also here as the managing director of Vanguard Theater Company. Woo! We're right down the road on Bloomfield Avenue. I am so proud to say we are a bespoke partner of Pride and Out Montclair, and we moved to Montclair the same year that Out Montclair was founded, and we have been community partners ever since. And Vanguard Theater was founded to challenge social and cultural narratives through theater dedicated to DREAM. Our DREAM stands for diversity, reciprocity, education, activism, and mentorship. We invite everyone into our theater to be their authentic selves and to portray authenticness on our stages. Come see us tomorrow at 4 p.m. on Pride. At Pride, we'll knock your socks off.
Hello, my name is Ashley Craig, and I am many things. I am a daughter. I wrote this down because I'm going to end up crying. So, I am a gay woman. I am a resident of Sussex County. I am a law enforcement officer. I am the LGBTQ law enforcement liaison for the Morris County Sheriff's Office. I am the founder of Homeward Sussex Incorporated. I'm not a fan of the spotlight, but has anyone seen We're Here on HBO? Season 3, episode 4, that was me. And it wasn't until Bob the drag queen looked at me in my kitchen and said, "It is not time for you to continue desperately looking for a community. It's time for you to create one for yourself." And you best know that if I was going to create a community for myself, that I was going to create a community for the other people who felt just like me. And that's how Homeward began. One of the things that always is a little bit disheartening for me during Pride Month is when I'm driving to and from work and I see the billboards on Route 80 that say this month, choose love. Why can't we choose love each day of every month? So with that being said, I'm here with my good friend and my trans mama, Simone, and we truly believe in what Homeward is based on is the fact that home is not necessarily a place, but it's where your family is. So to the deepest closets and corners in this town, in this state, in this country, and in this world, if you don't feel loved, if you don't feel accepted, if you don't feel like you belong, Homeward, we're your family now. Thank you.
We're your family, and everyone here is your family. I am Simone Kraus, a late-stage transitioner, a woman of trans experience. And I had a key part in convincing HBO to bring We're Here for Sussex County. As a trans elder, I feel it's my responsibility to be there for the younger folks, to lead the way against any policies, legislation, and whatnot that holds them back. Let them have their life. They deserve this life. It's up to trans elders to step forward, step out of the light, and be the front of that line to protect them and let them live. And I'm going to end here with a quote. Though the phrasing of it is a bit dated, the essence and the meaning of it is so apropos for our times, and I love this quote. Is from Mep Geis, who was one of the people who helped hide Anne Frank and her family from the Nazis. And she said, but even an ordinary secretary or a housewife or a teenager can, within their own small ways, turn on the light in a dark room. Be that person. Thank you very much.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Montclair, how are we doing out there?
So my name is Diane Tyree Anglin, and I'm married to this guy right here.
And I'm Kyle Englund.
So as of Tuesday, I've been living in Montclair for 57 years, so my birthday, yes. But I say that because I am the third generation to live in Montclair, and we went through generations of discrimination. So there were places right on Bloomfield Avenue that my mother couldn't get ice cream, or the Wellmont right here was, black people had to sit in the balcony and other people had to sit on the first part. But we have fourth generation kids who Montclair is kind of a dream. When they went off to college, they said, Mom, like everybody isn't as hip as we are. And they didn't say hip, I'm lying. But everybody's not as, open as it is in Montclair. They gave examples of, if they saw a friend with two women standing there, they would say like, oh, are those your aunts? Or if you saw somebody, you would say, is that your grandmother? And they said, we would never ask those questions because we have friends who have two moms, two dads, or they're raised by their grandmother, or their dad might be African American and their mom might be Caucasian. So Montclair, we are closer to what is right than you want to believe. So my name is Diane Tyree Anglin. I am the proud parent of two. I am the first vice president of the Montclair NAACP. And I stand here today with you. I look forward for the day when we don't have to identify all of our sub-communities and we are just one.
Good job, honey.
Thank you.
So I'm Kyle Englund. I am the assistant treasurer for the Montclair chapter of the NAACP. And first and foremost, you all should give yourself a huge applause. Everyone out here, please. It's not easy what we're doing, and I say we're doing because we are a huge supporter of everyone. And it's really easy, to show support when we're doing things like as such, right? We have a ton of people out here. But what I ask each of you to do, once Pride Month is over, continue this same energy continue the same energy and support, even if it makes you uncomfortable. Because if it makes you uncomfortable, if you support, it's going to make that individual who disagrees with this even more uncomfortable. So I say all of that to say, let's continue to evolve and continue to be who we are. I am who I am, we are who we are, and let's enjoy it.
And we don't just hang out because y'all know how to party. Listen, I just want you to know that. We're down with you all the time.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Deborah Kagan. I have lived in Montclair over 30 years, not as much as 52. And I also wear a couple of different hats. So I am the executive director of the New Jersey Bike and Walk Coalition, which stands in total solidarity with the LGBT community. But I'm also here today and most proud to say I am the proud mother of a trans man who grew up in Montclair, who, while he was in high school, led the Gay Straight Alliance and has stood up and had the courage to be his authentic self in this community. And I can only say how important it is for us to continue to support, to fight for all of our LGBTQ+, everybody, the queer community's youth in this town, to be their authentic selves and to be able to grow up, to go to school in a safe community that is supported. And having you all here today means a tremendous amount, I think, to all of us. So thank you.
Hi, my name is Ruth Rowe, and I'm a board member of AAPI Montclair. And I'm a proud lesbian parent of 3 children in the Montclair schools. And as a representative of the Asian American Pacific Islander community, we stand in solidarity with the LGBTQ community in the fight for equal rights. Growing up, I learned to live in the margins. And when I pledged allegiance to the United States of America each morning, I also pledged to be quiet and make myself really small because that version of America did not reserve space for contributions from people like me. But I was fortunate to have mentors who offered a seat at the table, and I was fortunate to be bringing 3 children into the world when trailblazers before me fought to have our families be recognized. We should be proud that New Jersey was the 2nd state in 2019 to require LGBTQ curriculum in our schools. And in 2022, we were the 2nd state to require that Asian American history be taught in our schools. If we want to preserve our right to belong, if we want to secure our equal rights and protections across all races, diverse backgrounds, and LGBTQ persons, we need to keep up this fight. We need to recognize LGBTQ contributions in American history. We need to rally. We need to go to the polls and vote. We need to show up, be present, be seen, and be heard. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Reverend Anya Samler, Michael, she, her, and I'm from Bloomfield.
No, you're not.
Actually, I'm not, but I just wanted to feel that love, and don't we all just want to feel that love?
And I'm Reverend Scott Samler Michael. We both serve at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation at Montclair. My pronouns are he and him. And I want you to repeat after me. Beliefs have consequences.
Beliefs have consequences.
So if you believe something stupid, what kind of public policy are you going to get?
Stupid.
Stupid. But it's worse than stupid, my friends. It's hateful. It's violent. A lot of folks that are pushing what we're seeing right now to give people the permission to prey on our LGBTQ brethren and sisterin and those without any gender are being led and misled by phony preachers and false prophets saying that the Bible says something that it doesn't. Because the Bible does not say that God does not like LGBTQ citizens and people. Those are lies, and they are being unchallenged. So we're coming to you as professional, trained clergy to let you know to push back on that. Because that bigotry, it has no place in the classroom or the courtroom, in the boardroom, in the bar room, in the state house, in the legislature. So please correct the record. This is existential. Our fellow citizens are being preyed upon by people for some reason who love to be given permission to hate, and we need to stop them with all that we have.
Yes.
I'm just going to jump in real quick to say that it is raining in other parts of Montclair, but not here at the moment. If it starts, just remember that we're doing drinks at Pharmacy Bar.
Montclair, make some noise! Woo! I see a sign out there that says queer and trans rights are human rights. I love that sign. Hold it up. Thank you. My name's Dave Aguilar. I don't represent any organization. I'm not an elected official. I'm a straight ally, and I sell paint for cars. That's all I got, folks. But I got a quote, because queer and trans rights are human rights. And some of this may sound familiar. First they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. So the struggle for queer and trans rights, for trans youth, is no different than the struggle for Latinos like me, black people, Jewish people, neurodivergent people. So we as allies have to make sure that we're in front and we're vocal too. We have to make sure that we get behind our queer, trans, LGBTQ friends and stand behind them in support. We're doing it right here in Montclair. Let's keep up the good work. Make some noise!
Hi, my name is Barbie Schiffman. I'm a resident of Montclair. I'm an ally, and I wasn't going to speak, but I feel like it's important. I grew up in a bigoted conservative household. I married into that type of family and joined a bigoted conservative church. And, you know, I think I was in like my early 30s when I decided who I was, and I woke up to all of that. And it's important to realize that people can change, and there's no excuse, there's no reason for it. We have too much information nowadays for people to hide behind a book, a church, beliefs, and then say that they have love for each other without realizing that empathy and compassion and sympathy go hand in hand with love. And so I want to let you know that there's hope for those people that are sitting in church right now thinking that you're going to hell. Because I was one of them. And I don't hide that because I was ashamed, and I'm not ashamed. Because, like I said, there's hope for those people. So just keep showing them that, you know, it's unacceptable. And true love is you're going to allow people to live their life without any pushback, no matter how you were raised or where you go to church or who you married. So I just want to thank you all for always standing by. I learned this from allies and gay people who loved me, even though I didn't know better. So when you know better, you do better. Thank you. So.
So I just want to thank, one more. The most important, we got great closers here. You guys. Go ahead, thanks for being here.
Well, I just want to say that everybody here is awesome. Love has no limits.
Where are the photographers getting this shot? Thank you. Thanks, girls. So I just want to say thank you to all of our town officials who are here. I see our Assistant Attorney, Gina DeVito. I see our Attorney, Paul Burr. Chief Todd Conforti, Deputy Chief Wilhelm Young. Thank you for being here. All our other police officers. I see our EMS is here. I saw Chief Herman from the fire department earlier. Thank you for making us feel safe and secure and keeping us safe and secure in our own town. So join us for a drink at Pharmacy. Hopefully see you there, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hold on. Almost forgot. It's the end of the week. I made a phone call weeks ago because I knew I could not possibly handle everything that was going on this week and a huge festival tomorrow and everything else. And an angel came, and that angel is Carrie Shavat. I sat. When we had the horrific attack on Temple near to Meade, Carrie put together one of the most beautiful public events I've ever attended in my life. And when I saw that, and when I thought about what I had hoped to create as part of Pride Week, I asked Carrie if you can help create something beautiful like that, and you created that today. So I thank you so much.
Well, thank you. I'm Carrie Shavat. I do a lot of things in town, and I'm an ally.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you at Pharmacy. We'll see you on the streets tomorrow. Be you, be heard. We love you.
I was a little mean there.